Hi, passengers, and welcome back to Learn Podcast. This is your pilot, Tracy, speaking, alongside pilot Heather.
Hey guys, we're back.
Let's just get into it. Tradition versus common courtesy.
Ooh, I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, finally, we made it through. We had some technical difficulties in the beginning, and then we're here.
We're still new at this, but I do have a question to ask you, T.
Go for it.
Do you feel it's rude if a date doesn't open a door for you? Any door?
Car doors, I don't feel like is necessary. I don't feel like he needs to open my car door for me. And it doesn't really happen for me at all. Only like a family member has done it for me, like an uncle or something, you know?
Yeah.
But on a date, no, they've never opened a door for me. I don't know for sure or not if Instacrush opened my door for me when we went on a date. Yeah, Instacrush. I feel like I mentioned him once, right?
I don't know. Instacrush has never been mentioned.
Instacrush. So I think it was like our other dating app where I said that my last date was an Instagram date. Maybe we can talk about him later. I was so soon by him. So I don't know like if he opened my car door for me or if it's just like a fabricated memory that he did. But when it comes to like restaurant doors or like the house door or something, oh, he better open it.
Right. Ooh, it just shows initiative.
Yeah, that little speed walk they do right before we get to the door. I need that.
Wow. I feel like I've been on dates where they've opened my car door, and then after the first time, it's like, all right, we're good. And they've always opened whatever door we're going into.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I open it to be funny.
I feel like I'm just sitting there awkwardly waiting in the car for them to walk around and open my door.
Right. Oh, but you see it in the movies and they're like swinging around the car to open the door.
Yeah.
That's some girls' fantasies.
Romantic.
Yeah.
So do you think that falls under the category of like traditional or just a common courtesy thing?
I think car doors are traditional, sure. It's something you expect in marriage. But
for
also,
a more seasoned relationship.
Yeah, seasoned. Ooh.
You like that, huh? A seasoned relationship.
Once you're in it for a while, sure, open everything for me.
Okay.
The restaurant door is just, if you're not opening it, then we're not getting in there.
Absolutely. Open that door for me so I can walk into this establishment.
Right.
All right. So when you go on a date, do you have like immediate expectations? Like right off the bat, like, okay, this is what I'm expecting going into this date.
Of him.
And it better happen.
Ooh. You know what? I'm so anxious for the first 10 minutes of a date that I have no expectations. And I just kind of like need to get seated. Like,
what about like prior though? Like before you even get there? Like, okay, I know I'm going on this date this weekend. This is what I'm expecting.
I don't know. I don't really hold them, whoever I'm dating, to a high expectation. I just am praying that he is like the same person I was talking to, like the same mannerisms.
Okay, so you're expecting him to be who he perceived himself to be.
Yeah, and if he's like not in any way, I'll pick up on it.
Yeah. So that's like you're kind of observing his behavior.
Yeah. Like, for instance, if he's super caring over the phone and he's like really wants to like nurture you, then that's what I'm expecting when I see him. And there was one time when I went on a date where he was just as nurturing as he was on the phone as he was in person. So, and that'll even take you back like, oh shit, I thought this was a joke, but he was serious.
He was nurturing.
Can
you elaborate on that?
Nurturing, like he just really wanted to make sure I was okay. He was like cooking, taking my shoes off, like things that like a husband would do after a wife has got home from a long day. I don't know if that's his love language, but he was just super nurturing.
Acts of service. That's his love language.
That is his love language. Like, he gave me about 20 minutes of directions just to get out of his fucking house. Like, it
He
was
didn't want you to
like,
go.
he didn't. That was a problem.
Okay, when it comes to like behaviors for me, I guess I could say I want to say that it's kind of the same thing. Like obviously I expect him to bring that same energy that he gives through the phone or through us talking. Yeah, I don't think I have too much on that. But when it comes to appearance, I'm gonna need him to really put his best foot forward.
Ooh. What if he is the same man you were talking to, but he looks slightly different? Like, he's not a catfish, he just is aged. He's using pics that are old.
Oh my God. Well, hopefully I would have like FaceTimed him before.
But sometimes you'll go on a date and you'll just like have a conversation and you won't see him. You're just going blind. Like, okay, let's do this.
This is like a what's it called? Not impromptu. What's
Spontaneous.
there you go. A spontaneous date.
Yeah.
Ooh. Or he looks different.
Just like slightly different. Like, the man you're looking at is the same person, but he just looks a little different.
I feel like that's kind of how it was with my ex.
Really?
Because when we first met, like when I think about it, I laugh every fucking time because when I saw his pictures, I was just like, okay, like I kind of have a feel for what he looks like. And he kind of had like a buzz cut in his photos. But
Uh-huh.
when I saw him, it was kind of grown out, but still like, you know, kept. And he
Ooh.
just looked super young and
Mm.
he had glasses. And I feel like maybe that's kind of like the shock I give off too, because like I need my glasses in person, but on my photos you won't see them. And then like I may have like my natural hair out or something, but it was just like he looked like a bright-eyed child, and it was just like, oh my God, like wait
Like,
a
is this
minute.
the same man?
He just looked. It looked like him, but
Ooh.
it was
Yeah.
intense in person. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Oh my
I don't know because
gosh.
it's just going from 2D to 3D, so it's a bit much to take in.
Right. I wonder if, because you know how we're always worried about our appearance when we meet a man, what the fuck are they
Hmm.
prepping for? Like,
I feel like they just think I need a clean shirt. Like I look at their shoes. My coworker taught me this when I work with older people. She's like, you gotta look at their shoes. If their shoes are all worn out and dirty, they not the one. They
they're,
gotta have nice shoes on. And I'm like, you're
well, but
absolutely right.
I don't want a man who has 500 pairs of shoes in his fucking living room. Like, that shit is disgusting to me.
A shoe head.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, shoe heads. It's a no for me. Like, I'm instantly disgusted.
Interesting. I don't mind it. That's their shoes. Their shoes is
No.
like our skincare product.
I can't accept that.
Mm. Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on. So, do you like expect the guy to come up with a date? Does it bug you when they're like, "So, what do you want to do?"
I'd like you to ask me what I want to do, just because what if he is like, why don't you come back to my place? And I'm like, well, I don't feel comfortable with that.
Mm.
But also, like, I'm not going to come up with anything that's like live action. Like, I'm not going to take us mini golfing, you know? like let's,
What's wrong with mini golf?
I
I
just
think
don't
it's
like to
fun.
be active when I'm like, especially when I first meet someone. Like, I already have a hard time eating with you. I can't be walking around with you.
But that's a slow walk.
I, I,
That's
I,
it's a mini golf
I
course.
don't think I can do it.
Okay. So not even like bowling?
Well, I'm so competitive. I went bowling on my first date with B.
Mm.
That was
Okay.
fun. It was super weird because it's like you get to those moments when you get a strike and you don't know if you should kiss the person or if you should like high five them. That's always the weird part.
I've never been on a bowling date. I do get competitive though, so I'll be like, "Ooh, in your face!" if I got a strike.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it might come off as like kind of cute.
Yeah.
I'll just be
Bowling
genuinely
dates are
excited.
cute. 10
How
out
did
of
you feel
10
about the
recommend.
shoes though?
Yeah, it kind of fucks up the outfit, but
Yeah, them
they've
big
got
ass
them on
clown
too.
shoes.
Yeah. Well, since you don't like the clown shoes, bowling, would that be a deal breaker for you? I'm serious. Tia's
The
always
clown
laughing
shoes are
at
just
me.
not it. Like, we gotta break up. We got the clown shoes on. No, Okay, so a deal breaker. Now here's the thing. I give chances.
Oh, here she goes, y'all.
I give chances.
Don't try to
Heather
sweeten the
knows.
blow.
Heather has been attacking me because I give Dean from Good Girls a break. But listen,
Look,
we're
all the
not gonna
girls
get into
know DMZ ain't shit. I'm Team Rio.
all right, all right, all right, all right. I can understand how he's painted to be a bad guy. But okay,
Uh-uh.
so a deal breaker, a deal breaker. I would have to play it back to the appearance, like what they're wearing. Now, if
Ooh.
you would show up to a date and you have on just a regular wrinkled, might have a stain in the corner shirt and a
Ew.
pair of jeans that I know you wear too much because your wallet is imprinted in the back pocket and some raggedy shoes, I'm going to be upset and think you don't care about me because you couldn't
Mm.
even put on a decent outfit to see me.
That or he's too comfortable already. He's like, okay, I've got this in the bag.
That's like I'm about to run to the store real quick. Then am
Yeah,
I a chore to you? You know, I read
right.
into things like that. So it's like, although I would love to give you a second chance, that right there is just gonna make me overthink, read into it, and be disgusted and never talk
And
to you again.
yeah, ready to go.
Another thing is like how much of a gentleman he is.
Mm.
Like if I don't notice that he's being the traditionally kind man, I guess you would say, like
Hmm.
for a date, and I'm gonna be like, well, what are you doing? Like, do you not have proper date etiquette?
Right.
You don't know how
Okay.
to treat me?
But T is the type to not want to be picked up for her date. But it's like, like I think he should pick you up if you want the full aspect of traditional date, you know?
Well, for the first date, I really don't like to be picked up because I
Mm,
don't know. I don't want you to know where I live for one.
right. You don't want to feel trapped.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then if we go somewhere kind of far, if I gotta make an exit plan, that's gonna be an expensive Uber.
Right.
You know?
Ooh. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna knock him for not picking me up on the first date. And it's funny because I always get asked, like, so do you want me to come get you? And
Right.
it's like, no, I don't.
I'm like, hell yeah. Pick my ass up.
No,
Sure.
I gotta give it like the third date. Around the
Mm.
third date, then you can start picking me up,
Ooh. You know, I picked someone up for our first date.
please.
I'm dead
Seriously?
ass. I'm dead ass.
Why?
Okay, so
Get your story together.
I picked him up for our first date and it was my first time picking a man up. Like, but we were just friends at this point. It was more than like, oh, I'm going on a date with you. It's like, oh, we have a connection. I'll pick you up, whatever.
Mm,
So I picked him up from his house.
okay. Is this back in
And
Humboldt?
this was Jay.
Okay.
The blows keep coming for that man. The first time I met him, I picked him up.
First, oh my God.
First time.
Did I know this? I
I
couldn't have possibly known this.
You did. Yeah.
That
But
whole
yeah,
J era is just a little blurry, and it's so funny to think back on. Like, wow, that really happened.
it's blurry for me too. There's some things I can remember, but I'm like, oh shit. I gotta
Yeah.
forget that.
Because what year was that? 2018?
2018, man.
So, would you agree that a man's car says a lot about him,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right?
Oh yeah, I would just think, why hasn't he gotten himself a new car, or why isn't
It-
he saving up?
One date that I went on, he had a bigger car, like a kind of like a truck. But
Ooh,
that's because he was a bigger guy.
right. Okay, I'm here for it. I know
And
who
he
we're
had
talking
like
about.
these, yeah, so he had these stickers, and I wouldn't even qualify that as a date. But he had these like stickers on his dashboard.
uh,
Like I can't even remember what they were. Like typical guy stickers, you know?
ooh,
Like something for like smoking weed or something else for like the army or something, just like random shit. So when I was in there, I was just like, who the fuck would put a sticker on your dashboard like
right.
that?
Why?
So I was kind of like just confused as to like where he was at with that. Needless to say, I didn't get too far into getting to know him like that.
Oh.
Um, so I don't recommend stickers on all over your dashboard. Maybe a bumper sticker on your bumper, but not on the dash. You know?
Yeah, that would just indicate to me like you're not going to get your car detailed often because they would want to rub that shit off, you know?
Right. And it was just like, oh, this looks like a regular family car. So yeah, I will say that a red flag now, I never thought of this as a red flag before, but just from like experience, if they're too invested into the car, they're most likely gonna put that car before you in some situations.
Ooh,
And that's no bueno. But when you're in love with your car and you're constantly checking it and just really nitpicky
nurturing
about,
it.
yeah, like nitpicky about who can be in there and what you can do in there and all that shit. Now I understand, it's tradition for a guy to be into his car, but there's a limit. That's a red flag.
You'll never be first. An inanimate object. It's like that woman who got married to the Eiffel Tower.
Ugh, yeah. I knew
Ugh,
it was a red flag when he posted his car and was like something
my
about like
baby.
being in love with her or something.
Ooh,
Like personifying it. And I was like, the fuck?
ooh, yeah. It's a
This
no-go.
car? Traditionally speaking, do you feel like there's expectations you have to meet in order to be a good date? As a woman, you're like, you know what? I'm going on a date with this guy. Automatically, like second nature. Okay, I know I need to put on my best outfit. I know I need to do my hair. I need to do my makeup. Like, do you feel all that when you're getting ready for a date?
I do, but I feel like I more so feel it to make myself feel better, not for my date. But I do like if I'm continuously seeing someone, I'll go get my eyelashes done, my nails. Like I want to be in tip-top shape for when I see them.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out another way to like phrase this. Like, okay, so I'm pretty sure that when guys go on dates, like most of the time, they feel obligated to pay, right?
Right,
Traditionally speaking.
right.
So in that sense, with that in mind, do you feel like there's something that we as women have as like you're expected to do this?
Yes, I do. I do. And I think this is going to be very controversial. I think
Say
we're
it.
expected to kiss them. A kiss. He
Yeah.
could lean into you. It's like, oh shit, I can't turn away. He just paid for my meal.
Have you ever like denied a guy a kiss?
Yes, not a date. Oh God.
Not a date. He was just randomly trying to kiss you.
I guess it wasn't a date so much as it was like a hangout. And we were walking down this hill in the forest and
Oh dear God.
and he stopped and he tried to kiss me like
Who
three
was this?
times. It was a Kappa Sigma who shall not be named.
Kappa. God.
And yeah, he tried to kiss me like four times. I just denied, 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 denied. That's the only time I've done that.
So that was just like a friendly group walk in the forest.
No. It wasn't a group walk. It was a group drug session. Alcohol,
Interesting.
weed, nothing hard. I was still a freshman.
Interesting. There's layers to that. Maybe I
Yeah.
won't go back too far. Um, okay, so when you're on a date, do you personally feel like he has to pay?
No, I always try to pay.
You always try to pay.
Always. Even if it's just for shits and giggles, I'll still throw it out there just to see what happens. Because you never know. Do you feel like he needs to pay?
I don't feel like he needs to. I mean, like, just because it's, traditionally speaking, the guy pays. So it's like, I guess in a way, I have like a subconscious expectation that he is,
And
but
is
I
he
never go in without money just in case.
right? Do you feel like he's less than if he doesn't pay? Are you going to call him the next day?
It depends how he asks
Hmm.
because I always notice like what they do when the check comes. Like if he's quick to snatch it up or
Mm-hmm.
like he asks for it and as soon as the waiter coming back here to get his hand out, like give it to me, then I'm like, okay, no need for me to reach for my purse.
Right.
But if I don't see him being eager to get the bill, then I'll just be like, I'll start going to my purse, slowly grabbing my wallet, like, okay, well, how much is it?
Like,
I'm not gonna
let's go
just play it
Dutch.
off. Yeah. And then they'll be like, oh, no, I got it. And I'm like, okay, zip that shit back up.
Right.
But personally, actually, I'm like, I've been in one situation where I paid and it was like, it was one of the worst dates ever.
It was a first
Um,
date?
it's a first date. And it wasn't a bad date because I had to pay. Like literally it was just frozen yogurt. But we ordered separately and then he made sure that he went first and he paid and then was just like off to the side. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
like I wasn't about to try to scam you out of $7 to $11.
Right.
Like it's just yogurt land. But
Oh shit. Uh,
yeah. So, and I didn't even finish it. I was like, I'm just ready to go. But
yeah. What the
it
fuck?
really just
Frozen
depends on
yogurt?
how they act when it comes to paying for something. Like if it's rude, then I'm just like, oh God, I'm not calling you back. Literally
Mhm.
before I even left that date, I blocked him on everything.
While you're still, that is savage.
Like in the car
Oh,
after goodbyes, I'm about to drive home. Before I took off, I'm like, let me delete and block.
damn. It
It
was
was
that.
no chemistry.
Ooh,
It was dry.
what the fuck? Frozen fucking yogurt? He couldn't afford that? What the
So
hell?
but like I said, there was many layers to that whole date.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like, please let this be over.
Oh no. I mean, I think one tip we can give the fellas right now, if you can't afford frozen fucking yogurt, I just wouldn't go.
Don't ask a girl on a date if you don't have money. And
Right.
same for girls. I mean, I can't even say that. Well, I'm gonna say that because you need to have an exit plan, ladies. Don't go on a
Absolutely.
date if you don't have any money.
Exactly.
Period.
What's the
Period.
point? Like, first of all, at least have some sort of cash.
Something. So that kind of leads to the next question. Like when you're ordering or whatever, you're buying something, are you like self-conscious about how much you're gonna spend?
No, I don't think so. Especially on the last dates I went on, he was super like, order, like, so now I feel comfortable ordering what I want. What about you?
No, I don't think about how much I'm spending because I'm always like, I know my budget. If he can't afford it, I know I got myself.
Exactly.
And
With
then when it
tip.
comes down to like what I'm eating, I used to be way back when like the type of girl that would eat before a date and then barely order anything.
Really?
Yes.
I
I thought that's what you had to do. And
Who
it's like,
gave you
no,
this
girl,
information? What chick flick were you watching?
I don't know. A collective of past, encounters.
Oh my
That's just what it came to
gosh.
be. But definitely I am the type of woman to just get what I want and not really care.
Yeah. Gosh, you're going on this day to eat, ladies. Eat.
Eat.
I mean, I could probably take that advice myself, but I won't, and I don't care what any of you have to say.
It's okay. If you don't want to eat on dates, you don't gotta eat on dates.
I'm here for the ladies who don't eat. We order, we'll nibble, and we'll get a to-go box and chow that shit down once we get indoors.
It's good to order plenty though, so you can have leftovers.
Exactly. Either way, make sure you're ordering something that you can take home.
And beware of the men that will pick up on you not finishing your food and being like either asking, can they finish it, or just going for it.
Right.
Because
Right.
I've had that happen before where I didn't quite finish my food. And while we're talking, he just slowly slid his fork over to my plate
What?
and just started eating the rest. And I was like, hmm. So I said, if you're still hungry, you can have the rest. And surely
Right.
enough, he slid the plate to his side and finished the food.
Shut up.
This is why I'm single. Like, you want the answer? There it goes. These men ain't
Ew.
shit.
What the fuck? He said, okay, I'll eat it.
All
What?
right. I could not even take it home.
That's
It didn't
never
even make it at the
happened.
restaurant.
What the heck?
Yeah. I mean, other occasions they've asked, but he was just like, let me slide in.
He said, still hungry? Whoa. Oh, hell
Yeah.
no. That's an absolute.
Exit left. That is what that is. Jesus Christ.
I've never been on a date where someone's wanted to eat my food. Ooh,
It's bizarre. And you can't really be like, I mean, I guess you can be like, don't eat my food. Like I'm about to eat the rest of this. But
right.
in the moment, it's just like, what the? Okay. Here you
Ooh.
go.
I have another question for you.
Okay.
If you're on a date and he orders something that you can like smell on his breath, are you disgusted or like what are you thinking?
Like if he orders something like with garlic and onions.
Yeah.
Let me think, because like if he's ordering something that's gonna make his breath smell, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to assume that he's smart enough to pack some mint or gum with him. But if he doesn't and his breath's just tart the rest of the date, I have a
Yeah.
very sensitive nose.
Me too. I
And
get disgusted, like truly gut wrench disgusted.
yeah, like I'll pick up on the slightest smell as soon as I'm like anywhere, and I'm like, what is that?
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me. And I mean, I haven't been in that situation, thank God. But if I ever do find myself in that situation, I'm pretty sure I'll have some gum in my purse and just slide it to him
Oh no.
because I
I
couldn't
couldn't
take
be
it.
that girl. I couldn't. I'm not bold enough.
I mean, okay, but then that's when like you take a piece for yourself and then you offer one because it's
Right,
like
right, right.
common courtesy to offer a piece.
True. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Men who just I don't know. I have a weird thing with food. I don't want you to smell like it. I don't want you to really eat it in front of me. Like I'm disgusted as soon as you take a bite.
Okay, I kind of have to agree because when men eat on dates or just in general, they don't care.
Yeah.
They eat like fucking cavemen.
Yeah. It's like they've never eaten in their life
Yeah, like
and
this
they're
is their Skid
struggling.
Row meal. Yeah. they
Like,
they eat like it's their Skid Row meal, and it's disgusting to see.
yeah. Ooh, I really that's why I'm single. Like we would never be able to eat together. Like I really can't. I'm disgusted.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Even if they chew with their mouth closed, it's just so fast.
Ooh.
And so like reverting back to like caveman days, like
Yeah.
I don't know what triggers them once they eat. But yeah.
It's a no for me. Like I honestly feel barfy right now.
Thinking about that.
Oh, I feel like we need to give them a good date story. But I don't know,
Like a good experience.
like a bad experience. I
Ooh,
mean,
worst
frozen yogurt
date.
was rough, but like I'm talking rough.
I mean, I've had like key embarrassing moments from dates.
What happened?
Like one that comes to mind because it's like sort of recent. It was last year, I think, and I went to a brewery, and it was my first time going to one, and I didn't know like any of the was it IPAs and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I tried to order what sounded the most fruity, and when the bartender brought the drink back, apparently he brought my date's drink first, and I thought it was
Oh.
mine. So I was like, okay, let me taste this. And I grabbed it and started drinking it, and I was like, okay, like this is cool, I guess. And then he didn't know how to tell me. He's like, that's actually mine. And I was like, oh shit, like sorry, I didn't know I was drinking your drink.
Oh.
And that was really embarrassing for me.
Oh, tea.
Yeah, and then like what's another embarrassing moment? I tripped one time.
Ooh.
Didn't fall. Tripped though.
I forgot to
Um,
turn the car off once.
what you forgot to turn the car off? Did you put it in park?
I didn't even put the car in park. Like I think that's what I forgot to do and the car wouldn't turn off. So I'm like, fuck, the car is broken. This is so embarrassing. But it was just nerves.
Oh, how are you staying still and trying to take the key out the ignition?
Of course I had my foot on the brake. I knew I couldn't, crash this car. I had to keep it steady. But I just couldn't get
Oh,
the freaking car off.
oh, I got you. I got you.
It was rough. And I was
Hmm,
like, fuck, now this man doesn't think I know how to drive. Sir, you can drive a little bit.
a little bit. I'm trying to think because I do want to say that the date with the guy from Hawaii was the worst date. I'm almost embarrassed to tell this story because the first scene that I can paint for you is already a disappointment, and I don't think I can share that.
Oh,
Gosh, it would if I still knew his name
he
and
would be
people
the
looked him
first
up,
date.
you'd be like,
Is there a
this
way
is
we could
him?
find him?
I forgot his Instagram.
Ah,
Ain't no
shit.
telling what it is. I can't even tell you the first letter of his first name.
Oh,
That's how
man.
far back I've pushed him in my memory.
We've all been there,
Um,
ladies. It's better to forget.
yeah, just forget it. It never
Literally.
happened.
Literally.
But can you think of like a pinpoint of like one really bad date?
Ooh, something like it traumatizing.
Well, if it's traumatizing,
Well, not like traumatizing in like that way, but I can't say, I won't say a name. Oh, I can't say that. I really can't. I think I'll vomit.
tell me who it is.
I can't tell you who it is. Okay,
Oh
guys,
my gosh.
let me tell you this story.
Okay.
So basically, I went on this date with this guy.
Thank you for the givens.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. It was disgusting, and you guys all know I'm not a quitter. We've already discussed this. If you heard the sex talk, go back and listen. So basically, I went on this date with this guy, and we had known each other for a while. And oh, it was after he had got off of work,
Mm.
and we,
You
oh,
guys had sweaty sex?
what happened was is we did oral stuff, but it was so gross.
You had salty balls in your mouth.
Yeah, I had salty balls in my mouth. And I really just feel so ashamed. You men need to watch what the fuck you're eating because I'm not swallowing battery acid ever again. Like, my stomach hurt. Like, I am weak from that moment still. Like, you wonder why I'm still celibate? There are key fucking moments to why I will not put another dick in my mouth.
Wait, so was this a date or were you guys just hooking up?
It might have just been a hookup night, honestly. I just classed it as a date hookup night, and it was in his car. Oh,
Or was it in the Cadillac?
it was in the Cadillac.
I love it. He should have been man enough to be like, I can't right now. I've
Right.
had someone tell me that before, like, no, I just got off work. Don't.
Oh my gosh. Why is it that when men are like comfortable, they're, well, I can't. I won't do it again.
Never.
Never. Oh, man.
I
You
do miss
know,
going on dates though.
really?
I miss it. It's fun.
Tila, what's happening on the dating apps? Do you have anyone new to report to us?
Um, no, I deleted Tinder. Um,
Perfect.
I'm still on Bumble, but I haven't talked to anyone. Like I get matches and I look at them again the next day and I'm like, why did I swipe right on you? And I just
Oh,
let them expire. That's bad, but
oh man.
that's what I've been doing lately.
Well, we need you to go on a nice date.
I
We'll
do want to go on a
pay.
date,
Let me think about who I have in my reservoir for you.
please. If anyone out there looks like Gael from Good Trouble, please hit my line. What I would say that I want people to take away from this episode is in regards to tradition versus common courtesy. I feel like just like with common sense, people say common sense isn't always common. Common
Hmm.
courtesy isn't always common. So
I think it just depends on who raised the man. And don't like beat him down if he's not what you expect him to be.
if you're on a date and it's not upholding to your standards or your expectations of what you think should be going on, find somebody else.
Exactly. You will be
Don't
trapped.
compromise. Don't compromise. Don't be self-conscious. Go in being yourself and just have fun with it. And
And
pick up on those signs. If
yeah,
something seems like a red flag to you, like for example, how old boy from Hawaii was so quick to pay for his stuff and run away from the register, that's a red flag.
Red
If he's
flag.
sliding his fork over to your plate because you just taking a break from eating, that's a red flag.
Man, but maybe we'll be able to go on some nice dates and meet some good fellas.
Some good fellas, like some gangsters.
I wouldn't be opposed. I raised
Okay,
in the
since we're
hood.
getting here, let's. I have a new question. What is your ideal perfect date?
Oh my God, my ideal first date?
Yeah.
I would say I'd like to go back to his place. He's an artist, like Gael. He'll
So
make
that's where the date
me.
start.
That's where the date starts. He has a nice
Okay.
balcony, a penthouse in New York, and he makes me spaghetti. And we just like eat and have a good time. If I decide to stay, I can. If I want to go, he'll drive me home. We'll have dessert. So basically, a meal and some dessert, a chill setting.
So he's like an artist with like
Yeah,
a New York
struggling.
loft,
Yeah, he's definitely a struggling artist.
and he makes you spaghetti, and you guys get dessert and take a stroll.
Yeah, I just want like a
Okay.
really simple, like Wattpad love story first date.
Oh my God. I used to love reading stories on there.
I wrote a story on Wattpad once.
Please publish it
I
for land podcasters to listen
I
to
can't.
read.
I really can't.
We would love audience. Would we like to read Heather's Wattpad story? Yes, yes, we would.
What's your perfect date?
My perfect date. Now, my entire view of love is rooted in listening to Taylor Swift in middle school and
Oh,
watching rom-coms.
oh my
So
God.
I may have like an unrealistic idea when it comes to like romance. I would say I don't really have like my perfect man envisioned, but I'm thinking like someone, taller than me would be nice, but not too tall. Like a nice 6'3", maybe with some like hair so I can play in it.
Maybe with some hair, it doesn't really matter if he has it or not, but if he had a couple strands, I would love that.
He has a little Tommy Pickle situation going on. I like to play in guys' hair because they become like a little baby almost.
Tease a simp.
I am. I want someone who's like sensitive but like a little bit mean at the same time because that's how I am, and I feel like that would be like sweet and fire at the same time. And then I think that we would go to maybe like a drive-in, then maybe we will go to take like a pottery class together so I can reenact the scene from Ghost, but not
Oh,
too explicit because it'll be a whole pottery class. And then we can go get some dinner, maybe like takeout and bring it back home because we just want to be intimate. And then we'll sit on the couch and the floor and watch movies, do adult stuff and go to sleep.
adult things.
Adult things. I like dates that kind of last for hours if I'm just doing stuff. I love that. All right. Well, on that note, we've rambled enough.
This was fun, man.
It's always fun.
True. I love me too. I love you.
And now what you putting yourself first. I love me. I didn't even say I love you. But I love you.
I love you. And you know what? We love you guys.
Yes. And we'll love you more if you give us a review.
Rate us on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars. Don't be shy with the stars, guys.
Share, follow, whatever you have to do.
At Land Podcast.
And land_podcast on Twitter.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.